Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. This is the last game before the All-Star break in the Braves 1978 replay. Final game of a four-game series between the Padres, and the Padres will start off this game with Gene Richards leading off, playing left field, batting second, playing short is Smith, batting third, playing first base is Perkins, batting fourth, playing center field is Winfield, batting fifth, playing right field is Gamble, batting sixth on the catching is Tennis. Batting seventh, playing second base is Gonzalez. Batting eighth, playing third base is Allman. And batting ninth and on the mound is Bob Shirley. And for the hometown Atlanta Braves, we have leading off, playing second base Royster. Batting second, playing center field Bunnell. Batting third, playing right field is Matthews. Batting fourth, playing left field is Burris. Batting fifth, playing third base is Horner. Batting sixth, playing first base is Murphy. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Pocoroba. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Cheney. And on the mound, batting ninth is HANNA. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. And Gene Richards will start off batting 275 on the year with 2 homers and 20 RBIs. Preston Hanna's making his 8th team start, his 19th appearance. He's 6-8 with a 5.5 ERA. And here's the pitch to Gene. And that's going to be a comebacker. Hanna picks it up, tosses it over to Murph, and there's one down. As Philip Reynolds joins us, check out his channel, folks. And now you got Smith up, and Ozzy's batting 268. He's got 3 homers and 33 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a base hit. So Smith gets aboard here with a 1-out single. And Perkins comes up now with a runner on first. And Perkins is batting 333 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And Ozzy's not going to stay down there at first. He's going to take off and try to steal. That'll make him a 34, so only a 65 or a 66 gets him out. And a 64 on the dot. And Royster's jumping up and down, swears he put the tag on him. Thump ain't buying it. So now Ozzy's down at second with 1 out. Scoring position here. And here's the pitch to Perkins. And that's going to be a base hit. And the runner will get down to third. So first and third and 1 out. And the Braves will play back for the double play. And Dave Winfield batting 255 on the year with 13 homers and 48 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. A 44 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. And that's going to be a single. The runner's going to score out of the third on the air. So it's a single. E8, and the runner on first gets this third. So it's still first and third, 1 out, and now the Padres are up 1-0. And Oscar Gamble's up. He's batting 316 with 5 homers and 38 RBIs. And that's a swing and a miss, a big strikeout by HANNA for out number 2. Can he get out of this with only 1 run scoring? Gene Tennis comes up, batting 214 on the year with 6 homers and 22 RBIs. Excuse me. That's going to be a base on balls. So he walks the bases loaded for Gonzalez. And Gonzalez is batting 217 on the year. He has no homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be another swing and a miss, and HANNA strikes him out. But 1 run scores. Padres 1. The Braves coming to the plate with Royster, Bunnell, and Matthews. See the team comparisons. San Diego's 45-41. They've struck out 482 batters, walked 284, giving up 130 doubles and 29 triples. The Braves 31-52, struck out 430 batters, walked 258, giving up 117 doubles and 25 triples. And Royster will lead it off, batting .262 with no homers and 21 RBIs. And Bob SHIRLEY making his 18th start, his 19th appearance. He's 7-8 with a 3.15 ERA. Mr. Royster, and he gets a hold of this, drives that ball out in the right field. So the leadoff batter's aboard here for the Braves. And Barry Bonnell's up. And Barry is batting .223 with a homer and 13 RBIs. We're going to do a little hit and run here. And that's going to be a 34. And that's going to be a double play. Down the short, still able to turn it even on the hit and run. Takes him right to the bag. He steps on the bag himself, fires over to first. That's a 6-6-3 double play. Now there's 2 down, and Matthews is up. And Matthews is batting .254 on the year with 7 homers and 27 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Richards. And that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the second, 1-0 Padres. You got Allman due up, followed by SHIRLEY, then back to Richards. Bill Allman batting .236 with no homers and 30 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit. Leadoff batter gets aboard here for the Padres. And Bob SHIRLEY's going to try to bunt him down the second. SHIRLEY's batting .158 on the year with no homers and 1 RBI. That's going to be that's going to be batted right in front of the plate. SHIRLEY's only plays over the first. Wait a second, that's a walk. Freaking HANNA walks him. He's trying to bunt and he walks him. Unbelievable. So now you got first and second. Guy's trying to give you an out and you walk him. So first and second, and Richards is up. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball. Back to the mound. And they'll spin around, throw the ball down the second. So now you got runners on first and third and 1 out. And Ozzie Smith's up. And again, the Braves will play for the double play. Smith 1 for 1. He singled and stole a base back in the first. And that's going to be another single. And and that'll get the run home. So now it's a 2-0 game, first and second. And 1 out. And Perkins is up. And Perkins singled his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Burris makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Now Dave Winfield up 2-on, 2 out, and a 2-0 lead. Deuces everywhere. Winfield 1 for 1 with RBI. Another fly ball out to left field. That'll do it. But the Padres double your fun, double your pleasure, and double their lead with double mint gum. We get to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0 San Diego. You got Burris, Horner, and Murphy due up. Burris batting .330 with 13 homers and 56 RBIs. That's some base on balls, and the Braves will take it. Brings the tying run to the plate, and Bob Horner. Horner batting .220 on the year with 6 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Richards for out number 1. And the Murph comes up. Can Murphy get something going? Batting 223 with 18 homers and 37 RBIs. And that ball's well hit. See where Murphy plants this one at. That ball is hit out into center field, out in the right field. And Burris is going to stop at second. So now you got first and second, and one down for Pokeroba. Can he deliver here and get the Braves on the board? Runner in scoring position with one out. Biff's batting 243 with 6 homers and 25 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Allman makes the catch, and there's 2 down, and it's going to be up to Cheney to get this run in. And Cheney is batting 231 with a homer and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. He walks Cheney. At the worst, that gets HANNA up here. Can HANNA help his own cause? HANNA says, you don't want to mess with me. HANNA is batting 343 on the year, folks, with 2 homers. So if Shirley grooves one, HANNA can help his own cause here, maybe even give the Braves the lead. Here's the pitch to Preston, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Shirley strikes him out. And the Braves strand the bases loaded. We go to the top of the third. It's still 2-0 San Diego. You got Gamble due up, followed by Jean and Gonzalez. Gamble 0 for 1, struck out. Not this time. That's a base hit in the left field, in the right field. So Gamble's aboard here with the leadoff single. Jean's at the plate. And Jean walked his first time up. And that's going to be another base hit. This one in the left field. Runner will stop at second, first and second. Nobody out. Gonzalez is at the plate. Gonzalez is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. 46 and a 2, probably feeling 2. No, barely column 1. They might get the double play here. That's a swing and a miss. He strikes Gonzalez out. So there's 1 down. Now Bill Allman's up. And Allman's 1 for 1, singled and scored back in the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Can HANNA get the third strikeout here for Shirley and get out of this with nobody scoring? 2 leadoff singles. Shirley walked trying to bunt his first time up. And that's a fly ball out to Burris. And that'll end the inning. The Padres strand 2. To the bottom of the third, we go. Top of the order due up here for the Braves. Royster, Bunnell, and Matthews. Royster single back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ozzie. Ozzie's going to boot this one, folks. The Wizard can't handle it. That's an E6. Royster's aboard here with an error. And Barry Bunnell comes up. He grounded into a 6-6-3 double play his first time up. They're going to do another hit and run here. And that's going to be a perfectly placed ball. Hits that ball right up the middle. This time Smith can't get it. The runner's going to get down the third. And we got first and third and nobody out. And Matthews is up. And Matthews is 0 for 1. Flew out to left field his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ozzie. And he doesn't boot this one, folks. That's going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. The run will score. Excuse me, cuts the lead in half. Take some cough drops here. Now there's 2 down, nobody on in a 2-1 game. Jeff Burris comes to the plate. And Burris, he walked his first time up. Can he deliver here with nobody on and keep this inning going? Against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Burris is aboard here with a 2-out single. That brings up Horner. Can Horner give the Braves the lead here? Bob is 0 for 1, flew out the left field his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gonzalez. Over to first, and that'll end the inning, but the Braves score 1. Make it 2-1 as we get to the top of the 4th. Top of the lineups up here for the Padres. And Richard, Smith, and Perkins. And that's going to be a ground ball back to HANNA. That'll be out number 1. And Ozzie Smith comes up. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI and a stolen base. That's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Smith. Out number 2, and that's 5 strikeouts for Preston. Perkins comes up. He's 1 for 2, single back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Murphy. And a quiet 1, 2, 3, 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 San Diego. You got Murphy due up, followed by Pocoroba and Cheney. Excuse me, Murphy singled his last time up. That's a swing and a miss. Shirley strikes him out for out number 1. That's only Shirley's second strikeout of the game. Pocoroba comes up. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. Shirley trying to strike the side out here with Cheney. Cheney walked his first time up. And that is good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Shirley strikes the side out. We go to the top of the 5th with Winfield, Gamble, and Dean due up. Dave's 1 for 2 with a double, with an RBI rather. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And these pitchers are starting to look like Linda Ronstadt out there. They're throwing nothing but blue bayous. Oscar's up now 1 for 2. He struck out and singled. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Barry in center for out number 2. Gene comes up now. He's 1 for 1, walked and singled. And he gets a hold of this one. Where's Gene going to put this one at? And that's going to be high. That ball's going to go far. Kiss it goodbye. It's out of here. And Gene Tennis with the 7th homer makes it a 3-1. Gonzalez comes to the plate now. And Gonzalez is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. And that's going to be a hat trick. HANNA bounces back after the homer. But the Padres make it a 2-run game. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. HANNA, I think that's going to be it for HANNA. You got the All-Star break coming up. HANNA's going to come out of the game. I'll pitch hit for him. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Cito Gaston's going to come off the bench. Like I say, got the All-Star break coming up. We'll go to the bullpen. All hands on deck. Cito's batting 193 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. That is going to be a base hit. So Cito comes through with a pitch hit single. So the leadoff batter's aboard for Jerry Royster. And Royster is 1 for 2 today. He's been on base both times. He singled and reached on an air. Came around to score in that air. That's a ground ball down to second. A 31 and a 7. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And they'll get the runner out at second. Unable to turn 2. Royster's down at first now. And They're going to do another hit and run. It worked the last time. Here's the pitch to Barry. And that's going to keep them out of the double play. Only play will be at first. 6-3 put out. Royster will get down the second. So now the tying run at the plate. And Matthews is 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded into a double play. And not this time. That ball was belted out into left field. And that's going to be a double. And that's going to score the runner. And now it's a 3-1, 3-2 ball game. And Jeff Burris is up. Can Burris tie this game up? He's 1 for 1. Walked and singled. And that's going to be a base on balls. Just like that. The Braves are making some noise here. First and second, 2 outs for Horner. Horner is 0 for 2 today. Can he deliver here? Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Smith waits for it, makes the catch. Not a win inning, but the Braves get 1, make it a 3-2 ball game. So we go to the top of the 6th. See who's going to come out here and pitch. Excuse me. Eddie Sullivan's going to come out of the bullpen here. What happened? What happened? I want Sullivan in there. And you see the Padres schedule after the All-Star break. They go on the road to play the Cubbies. And then after 3 games with the Cubs, they go to Pittsburgh to play the Pirates. So Eddie making his 27th appearance. He is 1-3 with 1 save and a 5.17 ERA. He has Allman, Shirley, and Richards due up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Allman out. And that's going to be it for Shirley. As the Padres are going to go to the bullpen. And they're going to have Jerry Turner's going to come off the bench here. Turner's going to pitch it for Shirley. Turner is batting .333 on the year with 6 homers and 11 RBIs. 1 out, nobody on. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be an 8 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So a pitch hit single by Turner. 1 on, 1 out for Gene Richards. Gene's 0 for 3 today. He is grounded out to the pitcher twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Murphy. Can he get to this one? A 26 and a 2. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Murph can't get to it. So now you got first and second. 1 out. And Ozzie Smith, who's 2 for 3 with an RBI and a stolen base today. And that's going to be a pop-up. Straight up the chute. Pocorobo waits for it in foul territory. Makes the catch. Now there's 2 down for Perkins. And Perkins is 1 for 3. Single back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. that's going to be a single. And runners are going to advance 2 bases. So that makes it a 4-2 ball game. First and third now for Winfield. And Winfield's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Cheney will fire over to Murphy. That ends the inning, but the Padres pick up 1, increase the lead to 4-2. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, and let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here for the Padres. I think Mr. Lee's going to come out of the bullpen. Yep, Mark Lee's going to come out of the pen. And you see San Diego's 45 and 41, batting .248 with a .318 on base percentage, slugging .361 with a .678 on base percentage. Braves 31 and 52, batting .247 with a .312 on base percentage, slugging .350 with a .661 OPS. You got Murphy, Pokeroba, and Cheney due up. Murph 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be another strikeout. Lee strikes him out. That's Murph's second strikeout of the game. Oh, I forgot to say about Lee. He's making his 42nd appearance. He's 0-1 with 2 saves on a .319 ERA. Pokeroba's up now. He's 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Lee. He tosses it over to Perkins, and there's 2 down. And Cheney comes to the plate. And Cheney's 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out yet to put the ball in play. And still hasn't, because Lee just struck him out. 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves. To the top of the 7th we go. You got Gamble due up, followed by Tennis and Gonzalez. Oscar's 1 for 3 today with a single. And he gets a hold of this one. Where's this one going to land? And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. It's now a 5-2 ball game as Gamble hits his 6th home run of the year. John Tennis is up. He's 2 for 2. He homered his last time up. That's going to be a ground ball down the Cheney. That'll be out number 1. Gonzalez comes up to the plate now, and he's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And that's going to be against a righty, a base hit in the right field. Sorry, a base hit in the left field. Gonzalez is aboard here. Allman comes to the plate, and he's 1 for 3. He has struck out, though, his last 2 times up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. And that makes 2 outs now. And that'll be it for Lee. And he comes out of game. Get a pitch hitter for Lee. Do they have another catcher? Yes, they do. So Sweet's going to come off the bench. They got another catcher. So Rick Sweet will come off the bench and pitch hit and bat from the left side. In a 5-2 ball game. And Sweet's batting .242 on the year with a homer and 14 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit. And a runner will stop at second with his speed. So a pitch hit single by Sweet. And it's first and second, 2 outs for Gene Richards. And Gene is 1 for 4, singled his last time up. And he's done it again. A 9 and an 8. Yep. That's going to be a line drive. Line drive in the left field. Let's see here. Line drive in the center field. And Gonzalez, with his speed, will he be able to score? That is the question. That'll be a 66. He'll score easily, and Sweet will stop at second. So a single drives in another run. And it's still first and second, and now it is a 6-2 ball game. And Ozzie Smith's 2 for 4 with an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Horner. He fires down the second, and that'll end the inning. But the Padres scored 2, make it 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the seventh inning stretch time. And Keeney's going to come out of the bullpen. And he'll try to get this one inning. Pitch just one inning here. Then they'll probably go to Fingers, even if it's not a save opportunity, just to give Fingers some work before the All-Star break. He'll be facing a pitch hitter for Solomon, and then the top of the order. So let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And it's going to be Gilbert's going to come off the bench. Pitch hit against the lefty. And Gilbert's batting .215 on the year with a homer and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gamble for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. Royster to the plate now, 1 for 3. He has scored twice in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Allman fires over to Perkins, and there's 2 down. And Barry Bonnell comes to the plate, 1 for 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Smith. Braves go down 1, 2, 3 here in the 7th. To the top of the 8th we go. Let's see here. Campbell's going to come out of the bullpen. So Campbell try to keep this a 4-run game. You have Perkins, Winfield, and Gamble due up. This is Dave Campbell's 23rd appearance. He's 1-1 with a 7.71 ERA. Here's the pitch to Perkins. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Leadoff batter aboard here. Winfield comes to the plate. And that's going to be another base hit in the left field. The runner's going to stop at second with nobody out. First and second, nobody out. And Oscar Gamble's up. He homered his last time up. And they get him to ground into a double play here. And that's going to be hit back to the mound, a 35 and a 1. And that'll be fielding column 3. And they'll get the batter at first on a 1-3. That'll make second and third. One out. The Braves will have to bring the infield in for Gene Tennis. Gene's 2 for 3 with a homer in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And I'll have to re-roll a dice here. And that's going to be a 51. Perkins speed. He might not score. And he's going to stay at third. So a fly ball to center field. The runners will hold. Now there's 2 outs. Gonzalez up. And Gonzalez is 1 for 4 today. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be a single this time. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And Winfield's going to score also with 2 outs. So a 2 RBI single. And it's now an 8-2 ball game. Rare play, probably. 39. 24 and a 7. 24 and a 7. That'll be fielding column 1. Ball, runner picked off third. If neither team leads by more than 3 runs after the 6th. So they do. They lead by 6. So it's going to be a rare play. Second and third and a 39. Second and third on a 39. Another 24. 24 and a 39. That'll be a 23. Catcher again. Another 24. That'll be fielding column 1. Strike, catcher drops third strike and throws the batter out at first. And he's not. First of all, and it was the wrong base situation. Ain't that awful? So the runner's was picked off. God damn it, I didn't look at the right base situation. All that for nothing. Pick off. So he was picked off at first because I was looking at second and third. So that ends the inning. And now they are going to bring Fingers in. Nope. They'll leave Keeney pitch this inning. Or the count. They'll bring the count in. Count's going to come in and pitch 1 inning, and then Fingers will pitch the 9th. So the count will come in. They're going to use their whole bullpen here. Like I say, the bullpen has 3 days off. So the count will come in, pitch this 8th inning. And this is the count's 26th appearance. He's 1-1 with 2 saves and a 3.38 ERA. He's got the 3-4-5 hitters due up: Matthews, Burris, and Horner. Matthews is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. And that's a swing and a miss. He strikes Matthews out for out number 1. Burris comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He has walked and twice and singled, and he gets a hold of this. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? It'll be a 23. Kiss it goodbye. Jeff Burris hits his 14th homer of the year and makes it an 8-3 ball game. And Homer's up, 1 out, nobody on. And that's going to be against the righty. a 20. That's going to be a fly ball out to Richards for out number 2. And Murphy comes up. He's 1 for 3. Struck out his last 2 times up, but not this time. Murphy gets a hold of this one. Let's see where this one ends up at. And that ball is ripped out into left center field. And Murph puts on the Jets, and he's in there with a triple. 2-out triple by Murphy. And now you got a runner down at third and 2 outs for Pocoroba. Can Biff get him in here? Biff is 0 for 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. He'll take it himself. And that ends the inning. We go to the top of the ninth, 8-3 after the homer. And you're going to have Campbell still on the mound. He'll be facing Allman, who is up when he got picked off. And then a pitch hitter for the count. And then Richards. Allman 1 for 4. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field for out number 1. We'll have a pitch hitter for count. Fingers will come in and pitch the ninth, even though it's not a save opportunity, just to get him some work before the All-Star break. And who's going to come off the bench here? Ashford's going to come off the bench. And Ashford's batting .256 on the year, no homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Campbell strikes him out for out number 2. And we're back to the top of the order in Gene Richards. And Gene's 2 for 5 with an RBI. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Sorry, a single in the left field. Richards is aboard here. And Richards is going to try to steal here. That'll be a 31, so a 61 or lower. And he's in there safely with a stolen base. Now you got a runner in scoring position for Ozzie Smith. And Ozzie's 2 for 5 also. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Burris. That'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's an 8-3 ball game. And Raleigh Fingers is going to come in, even though it's not a save opportunity. But like I say, they got 3 or 4 days off for the All-Star break. Getting some work in here. And this is Fingers' 35th appearance. He's 3-2 with 18 saves and a 1.75 ERA. I'll have Cheney, a pitch hitter for Campbell, and Royster due up. See, the Padres have scored 329 runs on 47 homers. They've stolen 56 bases, been caught 22 times. The Braves have scored 318 runs on 64 homers. They've stolen 34 bases and been caught 17 times. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Finger strikes him out for out number 1. I have a pitch hitter here for Campbell. And Office will come off the bench. Let's see if Office can get something started here. And Office is batting .285 on the year with 3 homers and 23 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Richards is out there, and he makes a nice play. He takes a base hit away from Office. Nice play out there by Gene Richards. Tip of the cap from Raleigh fingers, and now the Braves are down to their last out with Jerry Royster. Royster's 1 for 2. He has scored twice. And that'll do it. That's a swing and a miss. Finger strikes him out. And that's the ball game, folks. 8-3 Padres as we go to the All-Star break. Take a look here at the box score. Well, resume the game. What happened? Was that only 2 outs? What happened? Go back. Office flew out. He didn't single. That's what happened. Darn, messed that all up. So Office flew out to left field. And then Royster strikes out to end the game. There. And now we can look at the box score. Padres 8 runs on 19 hits and 1 error. The Braves 3 runs, 8 hits and 1 error. Everybody for the Padres except for SHIRLEY got a base hit. Richards 3 for 6. Perkins 3 for 5. Actually, the only player that didn't get a multi-hit game was Allman. Was 1 for 5. You had Gamble and Jean with homers. They were 6 for 20 with runners in scoring position, left 12 men on base. Burris was 2 for 2. Murphy was 2 for 4. You had Burris with the homer, Murphy with a triple, and Matthews with that RBI double. They was 1 for 6. The Braves was with runners in scoring position, left 7 men on base. SHIRLEY picks up the win. He goes to 8-8, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 4. Lee pitched 1 inning, struck out 2. Keeney pitched 1 inning. The Count pitched 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 1, and gave up the homer. And Fingers comes in, gets a 1 inning work. Excuse me. And struck out 2. HANNA gets the loss. He goes to 6-9, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 7, gave up a homer. Sullivan came in, didn't do well. 2 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, struck out 1, gave up a homer. Campbell came in, 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, and struck out 1. We'll play the rest of the games here on the 9th for the National League. The Giants beat the Reds 6 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error. The Reds 3 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. The Dodgers and the Expos, Astros. Astros win 4-1 on 7 hits, no errors. Dodgers 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors. Let's see what this is. Walk-off win for the Mets. They win 3-2 on 11 hits and 1 error. The Cubbies 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. And I think the Expos just swept the Phillies 14-8. 14 runs, 16 hits, and no errors. 8 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. And the Pirates and the Cardinals win 9-7 on 11 hits and 2 errors. Pirates 2 runs and 9 hits and 2 errors. Let's take a look here before we look here at the Phillies and see if they got swept by those Expos. I think they did. I think the Phillies got swept by the Expos. Yes, they did. 4-game sweep by the Expos. And they beat Carlton. They beat Christensen. They beat Dick Reuven. Mm, yeah, swept them. Now let's go take a look at the go back and take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. And with that sweep, the Expos are now a game and a half up ahead of the Phillies. Expos have won 5 in a row. The Phillies have lost 5 in a row. The Pirates are 5.5 games back. The Cubbies are 8. The Mets 19. The Cardinals are 19.5. The Phillies are glad to see the All-Star break. The Giants are 4 games up on the Dodgers now. Padres are 8.5 games back. Houston 11. The Reds 15 and the Braves 22. And since it's the All-Star break, we'll look at the American League too. Got the Yankees are 6.5 games up on the Red Sox. Tigers are 9 games back. The Brewers 13.5. The Orioles and Blue Jays are 17.5 games back. And the Indians are 23.5 games back. And out west, the White Sox are only half a game up on the Twins. Rangers are 2.5 games back. Angels 4. Kansas City 5. The A's 6.5. And Seattle 20. Jim Rice is leading the American League in everything at the All-Star break, batting .352 with 27 homers and 85 RBIs. And in the National League, Jack Clark's leading the league with a .341 batting average, Dale Murphy with 18 homers, and Steve Garvey with 74 RBIs. And John Matlack with a 1.83 ERA is leading the American League. Ed Figueroa with 13 wins and the Goose with 22 saves. And in the National League, Steve Rogers with a 1.96 ERA, 14 wins, and Raleigh Fingers with his 18 saves on the year. Jim Rice is leading in MVP voting. For the American League, Ed Figueroa with the Cy Young. George Foster's leading in the MVP in the National League, and Steve Rogers with the Cy Young lead in the National. And when we come back to 1978, it'll be after the All-Star game. And it looks like the first game up is going to be the White Sox and the Yankees. You're going to have Wood against Tedrow. See how many game series that is. Just a 2-game series. So that'll be the first games up on the schedule here after the All-Star break. And let's play through games, just to get the okay. And now take a look here, and everything should be executed. Transactions through the 12th. Let's see here. Through the 12th. Nope, it didn't execute them. So they got all that to do through the 12th. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I want to thank Philip Reynolds for joining us here today. Check out his great channel. If you haven't already done so and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out, hit that like button. Helps the channel out and don't cost a dime. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.